Hi, this is Al. My family has been here for generations. I love to work with the land. We dig, plant, grow, cut, move, slice, sod, fertilize, install, protect, and do whatever it takes to create a perfect landscape and to keep our land glorious and free. And this is my crew, the Al's crew. Welcome to our show. Hi everyone, I'm Al, and this is my crew. I'm very excited to share with you our latest project. Today we're tackling a multifaceted job that requires precision and teamwork. But safety as always comes first. Let's put our steel toe boots on and get to work.
Nice.
On one side of the property, we're focusing on leveling the ground to make it ready for sod. But before we can do that, we need to remove the excess dirt that's currently present. As you can see, Jason is expertly operating our small Kubota, making quick work of the task. Once we've cleared the area, we'll bring in premium quality topsoil to ensure a smooth and even surface. This is crucial for laying sod properly, as it will provide the necessary nutrients for the grass to thrive and prevent it from dying. I've seen too many instances where people have attempted to lay sod on clay or sand, only to have it fail. Fortunately, we have our own soil farm, where we produce high-quality topsoil specifically designed for a sod and landscaping projects like this one. Sometimes when you take your job too seriously, sparks start flying. Just kidding. As you can see, we're now at the leveling stage. Our Kubota tractor is a versatile piece of machinery that can handle both loading and soil leveling tasks. However, operating heavy machinery in tight spaces requires great skill and precision, which Jason is demonstrating with ease. The raking process always follows the tractor to create a smooth grade and level the property. As I mentioned earlier, raking is an art by itself that requires attention to detail. Now, let's take a look at the progress of our hardscaping part of this project. My team is working on building a beautiful pathway around the house using paving stones. In addition, we're constructing several retaining walls to separate the garden areas from the rest of the landscaping. The challenging part of this project is cutting the retaining wall stones to fit the curved design that surrounds the garden area near the house. Joe, our hardscape specialist, is doing an excellent job. He's working on a puzzle-like task where each stone must fit perfectly in place. Sometimes it takes multiple cuts to achieve the desired fit. As you can see, Jason is adding the final touches to the pathway, including a commercial-grade black edge to separate the sod area from the granite. Jason's approach to his work is holistic, and he prefers to work without gloves to feel the materials he's working with. Joe and Kyle are building a foundation for the retaining wall around another garden area, and I'm excited to share the finished project with you. Now, you might think that these individual landscaping components are separate, but trust me, they'll come together seamlessly in the final result. This is what the property should look like once it's perfectly prepared for sod. Now, you'll see how my crew will lay the sod to complete the landscape. Stay tuned for my final inspection, and you'll be amazed at how all the pieces fit together to create a stunning landscape design. I will see you at my inspection part of this video. Hi, I'm Al from Al's Lawn and Garden. Let's see what my crew did here. So what we did here is we sodded this lawn. We put in this retaining wall over here, and we put in this retaining wall garden here. We have yet to plant. We're letting the soil settle. We're going to probably plant next spring. We put in this black granite rock, and then we put in this Trafalgar or Kensington stone. and it goes nicely with the house here. We put in a nice sidewalk here, and as you can see, the customer is watering their sod. Put the black granite in here, and we carrying it right to the back porch, and probably next year we'll maybe add to this and go into their backyard, which look very nice. So this stone job looks very nice. Perhaps next spring, after we let the efflorescence come out, which is salt in the stone, or minerals, once that comes out of the stone, then we can take an efflorescence cleaner and wash that out and then seal it, which will give it a wet look, and that would be very nice. We got some black edging in here, and I see though that we could probably give this lawn a little bit of a fertilizer. I think this sod's probably about 4 to 6 weeks old, so it might be nice to give it a little shot of fertilizer today. This customer doesn't have irrigation, so it's not as easy for him to water. So I can see the deficiency in watering in the sodded lawn. And you can see the kind of the lighter spots in the sod, but overall the sod is taken quite well, and it's definitely ready for its first cut. So I'm going to talk to this customer and make sure that we can do the first cut, because the first cut is pretty critical. You know, you don't want to cut it too short. You have to be gentle, but I would say that the sod is very well rooted right now. And the way that we would check is we just kind of pull up, and you can see that this sod is well rooted. Okay, it's not coming up on us, so that's great. And that's what my crew did here. It looks great, and let's get on to another job.